So I'm Len Bowen. I'm a MC from Winnipeg. I've been doing music for a couple decades now. I started out doing house parties in basements, battling people, rewriting other people's songs until I got comfortable in my own skin doing my own thing. And over the course of a couple decades, I pumped out a lot of music, a lot of different songs, worked with a lot of different artists, producers, been to different cities all over the country, and I'm ready to take it to the next plateau. Earlier out, I was one of those guys where I was probably the youngest guy doing it, looking up to my older cousins who were heavy on the scene, the dance scene, rap scene, whatever you want to call it. So I wouldn't say I'm primarily a writer, but earlier out, I was battling dudes a lot older than me and, just trying to get my name out there. I have a lot of EPs, so like short albums. So I've got about 4 or 5 of those right now, which ultimately led up to this full length that's about to drop this summer. So really excited about it. Can't wait for people to take it in, let it marinate, inhale it, and just feel my vibe, Really, it was just finding something that I connected with that felt like was me, Hip hop, growing up on guys like Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, Rakim, MCs like that inspired me. Common, Nas, Big, Hove, kind of inspired me to express myself through hip hop, through lyrics. Writing is always something I've enjoyed doing and something I was really good at, so I just stuck with it, just ran with it. I was singing along to other people's tracks, memorizing lyrics, cadences, flows, things like that, and then slowly starting to write my own lyrics. That turned into performing, battling, entering talent contests, stuff like that. Eventually, doing my own sets with original material and progressing from there. We were in Victoria opening up for this group called The Far Side. And, we were on stage and people were stage diving, you know what I mean? And it was a really interactive show and we just got to kind of piggyback with them, across Western Canada and really see how pros do it, how they engage the crowd, how they react to things, and just made the people endure them. So it was like rap training, It was just learning all the tricks of the trade. So
yeah, you're taking in like all of what they're doing and just like, yo, this is working. We should do more of this.
Exactly.
We should do more of this, right?
Applying it to what you do and kind of modifying things and making it your own.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how long was Shades together and how long did you guys tour around for?
Shades was together for probably, I would say 5 to 7 years. But before that, we all grew up together, So we were kicking it just as friends, hanging out, freestyling, running around, getting into shit before we got serious in high school about things. So everything was like a natural progression and, laws of attraction, meeting the right people who could kind of give us guidance and, expose us to things that we weren't even aware of. Were possibilities coming from Winnipeg, Canada.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
and that was touring, grants, things like that. Just different opportunities in regards to just getting the music out there and taking it to the next level, where things just seem so surreal, watching videos and things on television coming from the prairies. You know, being a solo artist is something that I took baby steps into, because being part of a collective, I didn't realize how much I took for granted, because I didn't have to write multiple verses. I didn't always have to write the hooks, the bridges. You know, there was a lot of people involved, so it took a lot of weight off your shoulders. So when you're a solo artist, you're calling all the shots. You know what I mean? So between writing, working on your stage presence, and basically just handling your business and staying on top of things, it's a lot, you know. It's a balancing act that not everybody can pull off. So
Yeah. So I'm guessing from what you're saying, like it's a lot more difficult trying to be a solo artist, right? There's a lot more kind of lying on you.
Definitely,
right?
Definitely, because you're handling your business and at the same time you're trying to stay creative, and you know, trying to stay creative and staying on top of, you know, what's going on with your business and how money's being managed, and making sure you don't miss out on opportunities. It's a lot to juggle at times. And just keeping your composure, just knowing that, you know, there's really nobody to fall back on but yourself, and just being motivated.
Yeah.
As opposed to being part of a collective where you've got each other to kind of lean on and, you know, be a support group in a way, you know. Now it's just on you. You know, what's getting you up in the morning to write that song, or get ready for that performance, or, you know, go to that meeting where it's an opportunity to, you know, open more doors for you, and it's just you. So it's a lot.
I feel that. Oh, I feel that.
Yeah.
So, damn. Yeah. Let's talk about making music. So when you're writing music, what's like your headspace, you know, getting your lyrics, getting the beats made, everything? Kind of like run us through that process.
Basically, it's just living life, conversations like the one we're having right now, traveling, just going out, what's going on in everyday life, what's going on television, sports, you know, politics, relationships, just the ups and downs of your life. That's where you know, I draw inspiration from, and eventually it just starts pouring out. I'm not a person that sits down at a table and just, you know, writes things down. It's kind of like compiling, you know, experiences, and then once I feel like I've got enough where I can create a song, I take it from there.
Wow.
And not really overthinking, you know, just letting things happen organically, because once you start overthinking it, it normally doesn't lead to positive results. I feel like, being honest with myself, I always wanted more than my team that I was making music with. It was more of, it was always my dream, and everybody was kind of rolling with it. It was their dream, but I was in it for the long run.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I'm still doing it today.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that lives inside of me, and when I'm not making music, I don't feel alive. You know what I mean? It's definitely a coping mechanism. It's therapy, and it's who I am, and I can't deny who I am. So that's why I'm still doing it today. Just being free up there, being able to be myself 100%, but at the same time, what kind of takes away any type of nerves or butterflies or what have you is just knowing I'm there to entertain. You know, it's my job to go out there and give you the best performance I possibly can. So
Yeah.
there's no time to be nervous or worry about, surface level things. Just go out there and be your authentic self, and people will feel that,
Yeah.
people will react to that. So as long as you're doing that, you're good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's that's dope. I love it. I love it. I love being on stage when I'm like filming something. So
Yeah.
I feel that like
The
the
energy.
energy, yeah, from the artist. Mm. That's
Yeah, just being in the moment, just being in that moment at that time, and you're saying lyrics, and you write lyrics and you memorize lyrics, but when you're on stage and you're spitting a song, and you're actually thinking about what you wrote, and
yeah.
you're kind of at the same time while you're performing, you kind of like have a blind state where you're not even seeing anybody, because you're actually thinking about, it's taking you back to where you were when you actually wrote that song.
Yeah.
And people can feel that at
Mhm.
the same time when you just get lost
Yeah.
in your own lyrics up there, in that moment. So
Kind of like feel like you performed for a minute, you get off stage and everybody's cheering you on. You're just like, oh wait, yeah, I was just up there. Like
right.
I just did this. Like everybody. Oh, that must be such an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you love writing music, performing? Like what do you like more, or is it kind of a combination of everything?
I would say writing. I
Yeah.
would say writing. Performance, cool. Um, I've had some great moments on stage, but being able to write a verse or complete a song, and just to get that reaction, like as long as you felt what I felt when I was writing it, my job is done.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
for me to see that reaction when they hear it, when they take in the lyrics and can spit back a couple bars, and I know they got it exactly the way I was trying to make it come across. That's the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel that too. Oh, I love that. Oh man. Um, let's go into talking about one of your projects that probably means the most to you. I wouldn't necessarily say your favorite, but something that like, maybe you wrote something that was like, this was just, this time in my life, or
I would have to say my first solo EP, it was called Long Story Short. So just making your first solo project, the nerves, and just worrying about how people are going to take it in, if they're going to like it or not. I was so nervous, and I was almost afraid to let people hear it, but I didn't come that far to not let people hear it.
yeah.
So it's kind of like, someone said to me, if you weren't nervous, you didn't take any risk.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I didn't play it safe, and it was a good thing. And the
Yeah.
reaction at the time was amazing, because I don't think anyone thought I had that in me,
Mm-hmm.
to pull that off and put together a body of work that was entertaining, thought-provoking, and just something that people could take seriously
Yeah.
on that level.
Yeah.
So it was something I was really proud of at the
Mhm.
time,
Feels like,
and still am.
yeah, feels like you definitely, like, you put your first project out there, you've worked so hard on it, and then it's
Yeah.
just like and then you just kind of like let it off into the wild,
Exactly.
and then you're just waiting and hoping, and then it's like texting a girl you really like, that you love her, and then she doesn't text you back for a few days, and then it's just
Right.
like all
Yeah.
those thoughts of like, do they like it? Nobody's responding, nobody's
Yeah.
saying anything,
Yeah.
right? And it's
Left in limbo.
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
But
when-
now, like, you've had enough projects that have come out. Do you feel like you've kind of overcome that now?
Absolutely. I put out enough material, and I feel like I've been consistent enough where people know what to expect from me as far as quality over quantity.
Yeah.
It's obvious how serious I take, my craft, and I wouldn't give you anything unless I thought it was better than the last thing I did.
Yeah.
So when people hear my first full length, I think they're gonna get everything they expected and more.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
me too.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, just be yourself. Take deliberate moments of risk. Something I learned, and never say it's done till it's done. Always be open to different ideas when you're creating music. Like never write a song and say it's set in stone.
Mm-hmm.
Always leave the door open for, happy accidents, whether it's in the beat or you might just come up with a crazy line and revise something.
Yeah.
Just always be open to different ideas and change. Don't be stubborn.
Don't be so. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think we're through all the questions.
Cool.
Where can people find you, follow you? When's your next album coming out?
June 30th, Nothing for Granted, Black Sun Sound. I'm on the gram, who is Len Bowen. Len Bowen, the emcee, that's Facebook. I am Len Bowen, Twitter. LenBowen.com, that's the website.
Sweet. You want to thank your fans?
Thank you for everybody who supported me, subscribed to me, followed me, liked me on any social platform. Stay tuned. Like I said, Nothing for Granted, June 30th, it's going down.